And finally, we are in the question 20, and this is the last question in the end of term questions. So, this is on Pythagoras theorem, and it's to classify triangles using converse of Pythagoras theorem. Let's look into the problems. They are very easy. I mean, it's not easy. Easy would be a wrong word. It's a simple trick. Once you understand this, then it'll be the same method to be used. So here they have asked us to determine whether the points x, y, z can be the vertices of a triangle. If so, classify the triangle as acute, right, or obtuse. Justify your answers. That is what they have asked. So now, first of all, they have given us some points, coordinate points, right? This will be long method because you need to find the distance between the sides. Now, we have done distance many times before. So you can see step one is to just calculate the distance between all the three line segments which will make the triangle XYZ. So here XY, YZ and XZ. Then after you find the distance, you will get the three distances, right? This is a long part. Basically, you have to just put in the formulas and solve. It is very simple. It's just root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Find the distance. It's up to you to select the points. You can choose x, y. If you choose these two, then the next one will be y, z and zx or xz. Three lines will be selected. Okay, there won't be more lines, only three lines because there are only 3 points. After this, the important point here. Okay, now it's better to not keep it into square root or square root 2 or square root 10. Keep it in terms of decimals. So we'll understand exactly what value it is. Yes, we can approximate this. This is more than 2. It's less than 3 because square root 9 is 3. It's somewhat near to 3. Yes, we can approximate it, but it's better we keep it in terms of decimal because in calculator you have to solve this. Put it in decimals, okay? Next, what you do is here check whether you can form a triangle or not. Now, this is an important method. See, the detailed and in-depth method for this particular problem, this particular lesson, I will put in the description. So please click on the link in the description and you can get more details about it. But now, just for this question, here, look at these values. There is a rule that states, that is the triangle inequality theorem. Whenever you add two sides, it must be greater than the other side. If not, then you can't draw a triangle. Now, what it means is choose any two sides, this and this. Okay, add them 2.83 plus 1.41. What is the value? It is 4.24, right? Approximately. This is greater than 3.16. The other side, yes, this is true. Now this is done. These two sides are done. Take another two sides. Let's take this and this. So add them both. Here it will be 1.41 plus 3.16. That is equal to 4.57. This is greater than the other side, not this. Now, initially when we chose these two sides, this was the remaining side. Now we chose these two, so this is the remaining side, 2.83. Yes, it is greater. Then, what is the remaining side now? We have this and this. So add them up, 2.83 plus 3.16, that will give you 5.99. It is greater than the other side, that is 1.41. All the three things check over here. All the three sides, when you add any two sides, it is greater than the other. Hence we can tell this is possible to form a triangle. These sides are possible to form a triangle. This is the thing. Okay, they have directly written it over here. 2.83, any two sides, it must be greater than the other side. Once you see these are the, this is the biggest side. So when you add up these two and then the biggest, then obviously it will be bigger. You just look at them, the whole numbers, and easily deduce it. After that, now we can tell the side lengths of these can form a triangle. If this does not follow, if one is if this is not big enough, if when you sum any two sides, they are smaller than the other side, then you cannot complete the triangle. It will be hanging. It won't be completed. So it's not possible to draw a triangle in such case. And now then we have that. So classify the triangle. What type of a triangle is this? So you must use Pythagoras theorem. I'm sure you know what is Pythagoras theorem. That is c squared plus equals a squared plus b squared. Let me just draw a right angle triangle. So this is the hypotenuse opposite to 90 degrees c squared. Other two sides are AC this is and AB. Now, for right angle triangle, whenever you solve this, it will be c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Then it's right. Now, what if you add these squares of these both and the c square value is greater than that, the hypotenuse is greater than the sum of these two, then that means this is long. Okay, so it will be more than 90 degree. It's an obtuse angle, obtuse. Whereas if c square is less than a square plus b square, the hypotenuse is smaller, then this would be acute, less than 90 degree, it is acute. Now here we have to do the same thing, but look what happened here. When you solved, it became exactly equal. That means it's a right angle. The first case, this is only a right angle. So this is a right angle triangle. This triangle is right. Whereas if at all the c square value was greater than the sum of the other two sides. So now one more thing. How do you know which is c square? We have the three side lengths, right? These three. The biggest one is the c value. Okay, hypotenuse will be the biggest. So we directly take the biggest side equals the sum of the other two sides. That's it. But square them. Okay, it's just not the sum. It's square. Biggest side square equals the sum of the other two sides square. And this is the answer. And this is how we get it. Now over here, it's the same concept. Please make sure you solve it. First, you need to find the distance between all three lines. You get the distance. Then you need to check whether it's possible. See, now get it in decimal form and now check it whether it's possible to draw a triangle. Now here, when you sum any two sides, it is always greater than the other side. So yes, it's possible to form a triangle. Now then check what sort of triangle is this. When we solve over here, you can see the c square value, the hypotenuse squared, is less than the sum of the other two sides. So what is the answer? It's acute. This triangle is acute. Why? Because when you added the two sides, these exceeded the hypotenuse. See, hypotenuse is small or the sum of these two sides are bigger. If c square is less than a square plus b square, it's acute. That's it. Please make sure you solve the others. Now the video link in the description gives you more detail. You can go through that as well. So if you want more depth, like why you can't get triangles and stuff, like different examples of when you can't draw a triangle and everything is there in the video. Over here, the same thing. First thing is find the distance of all the three sides, and then you need to just check whether it's possible to draw the triangle or no. And then if it's possible, you need to do the Pythagoras theorem. This is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. Using the Pythagoras theorem, you're telling whether it's a right angle, obtuse or acute. Now here the c square hypotenuse is greater, so this means it's an obtuse angle. It's more than 90 degree. And the same concept over here as well. Please do try to solve these problems by yourselves and then check for the answer. Over here it's possible to form, and only then you can do the last step, and it's a right angle triangle here. And now we have another type of problem. Tethers. To help support a flagpole, a 50-foot long tether is tied to the pole at a point 40 feet above the ground. Okay, see, this is the tether over here, above 40 feet. That means the pole is 40 feet. They have given in the figure. The tether is pulled taut and tied to an anchor in the ground. How far is it from the base of the pole? This is the distance you need to find. Now look over here. This is a Pythagoras theorem. It's a very easy problem. 40 is this. Hypotenuse is 50. What is this distance? Let's apply Pythagoras theorem because it's 90. It's a right angle triangle, or the angle is 90 over there. C square equals a square plus b square. What is c square value? It's 50 square. That will be equal to 40 square plus x square. You can don't put directly in the calculator because it's writing exam. You need to write in detail. Now take this to the other side. It will be 50 square minus 40 square equals x square. Now you need to take the square root of this. 50 square minus. Now you can just put in the calculator and find the x value. Just put the square root. 50 square minus 40 square. The answer is 30, and that's the x value over here. X is 30 equals x, or x is 30. That's how we do it. We'll just see. Okay, if at all the diagram is not given, you need to do the diagram. Okay, here, see, whenever they are telling support a flagpole, this poles will be straight, so it's 90-degree. Okay, and this is supporting it from here. They have told on the top of the pole, and they're tying it to the ground. It's slanting, obviously that's mentioned. They are pulling this and from the top to the ground, so it's slanting, right? That's the hypotenuse, and this distance is what we have to find, and that was 30. That's it. Now, even if you don't do calculator, I just realized it's 50 square. I don't know why I zoned out. 50 square is very simple. Square the 5, it's 25, and add 2 zeros. 40 square is the same thing. Square the 4, and since it's in tens, it'll be 2 times 0. Okay, 2 zeros must be added. 16 and 2 0, 1600. So it'll be 2500 minus 1600. That's 900. Square root of this is, this 2 zeros become 1 0, and 9 becomes 3, so it's 30. That's the answer. It must be pulled 30 feet from the base of the pole. Now, again, we have done these problems a while ago. The same thing, find the distance. Now here, wait a minute, they have told that this is the sides of the triangle. So you don't need to find the distance. It's a short problem. They have given you the sides. These are the 3 sides. All you need to do is test whether this can form a triangle or no. Add any 2 sides. See, this is the thing. Add 2 sides, check whether it's bigger. Add other 2 sides, check whether it's bigger, and add the other 2 sides. It's bigger than, when you add 2 sides, it will be bigger than the other side. So you can form a triangle over here. That is based on triangular inequality theorem. And then what we do is we just have to use the Pythagoras theorem. And now here you can see the c squared is less than 17. If the hypotenuse is less, now how I understand this is 90-degree is flat, right? If it's less, the hypotenuse, so it'll be something like this. So it'll be, okay, it'll be less than 90. If it is big than, hypotenuse is big, then it will be something like this, obtuse. Okay, so this one is less, the hypotenuse is smaller, so it's an acute angle over here, and that's the answer. Same thing over here, same problem, same method. Just substitute over here. First, from the triangular inequality theorem, check whether it is possible to draw. Now, most probably they will give you a possible question itself, but you must write this down. Obviously, it should form a triangle. Otherwise, this is it. You just tell it's not possible and it's over. So most probably they will give you a question which will be possible to draw a triangle. But make sure you do these steps. That is important. And then you need to check for the Pythagoras theorem. Here it's exactly equal. That means it is a right angle triangle. And the last problem, same method, but these are the sides. So we don't have to do the distance formula at all. Directly check whether you can draw a triangle. Yes, it's possible. And now do the Pythagoras theorem. And over here, again, we got equal. That means it's a right angle triangle. So whenever it's right angle triangle, c squared will be equal to the sum of the squares of the other 2 sides. And that's the end of the last question, the question number 20. I hope these videos have been helpful to you guys. I wish you the very best for exam. Please do practice as much as you can. Practice more problem. Don't just watch the videos or don't just see the solutions. Try to solve by yourself. Write it and practice. And before I end this, I would just ask you, if you can subscribe to my channel, it would mean so much to me. The reason why I say subscribe to my channel all the time is, from the YouTube stats, you can see that more than 80% of the people who watch my videos have not subscribed. Only 20%, less than 20% of the viewers are subscribed viewers. So it would mean a lot if you guys just hit the subscribe. Subscribing is free. And I want to thank all those who have subscribed. It means so much to me. Thank you guys. And I just wish all the best. And one more thing, if you know any of your relatives or friends who are in cycle 3, that is grade 9, 10, 11, 12 advanced, please do share them these videos. They will also benefit, and it would mean so much to me. Thank you so much, and all the best for your exams. I hope everyone gets great marks.